Welcome to my channel. It's your girl Jay, and I am back, baby. Yes, I am. What another video. This is talking about Jeezy. He's opening up about his divorce. And hey, let's listen and see what he has to say.
Did you learn from it?
I learned I was a great husband. I can't
Okay.
I got a beautiful daughter out of the situation, so there's no regrets there. But I learned a lot about myself. I learned that there's things that I continue to work on. I learned about, my preferences for things, the type of space that I need, the type of moments that I need to decompress about certain things, and this just unselfish nature, that I was selfish in my prior life. And I think just going forward in life, it just taught me how to give someone else grace and actually listen to understand rather than just to listen to reply.
What did you learn? Yeah.
Because when you're sharing a life with somebody, it's almost like you don't become one, but this is a partnership, right? And so for me, it's almost like I've never experienced anything like that, just coming from where I came from. So I never had to share, you know what I'm saying? Or I never had to compromise in a way. So I just think it taught me a lot about what compromising was like, and then things that, I can just work on as a person. It's a mirror.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a mirror. It's a mirror. It's a reflection. It's a funny thing. If you go deaf, eventually you won't speak clearly. To me, you can't speak right if you can't listen right. So the correlation between the ear and the mouth is so connected that the speech clears when the ear is open. So when I ask you, what did you learn from it?
Because when you're sharing a life with somebody, it's almost like you don't become one.
I'm asking you, are you listening? And as you listen, that should change who you marry, if you marry again, how you communicate, your music, every aspect of your life is like blood. It doesn't stay in one spot, it goes everywhere.
Right.
So wisdom is the same way. What would you do differently if the choice comes up again?
I would definitely take my time. You know what I'm saying? I've learned now that friendship is the biggest key to anything. I mean, I think when you become friends with someone,
I'm asking you,
and you're really invested in the friendship, it just builds a different type of foundation. And I feel that differently, I would say I would build I would make sure that the community is as strong as the foundation, because it takes a community to keep you accountable and have people that you can process with, and have like-minded people that you can have conversations with about things that may, just might not be a end-all be-all issue. And you're really invested in the friendship, it just builds a different type of foundation. And I feel that differently, I would say I would build I would make sure that the community is as strong as the foundation, because it takes a community to keep you accountable and have people that, but it's things you might not understand, you know what I'm saying? Because to be honest with you, I didn't have a lot of great examples of relationships. And I do want to say this though, because I felt like when people hear me speak about what I went through with my mom and all this stuff, they're like, oh, you went into a relationship or marriage with mommy issues. I had been working on that stuff, so that had nothing to do with my timeline with my marriage. But as a man, and someone who was coming into his own, and someone who came from a world where your leadership is ruled with an iron fist, because that's what survival is based on. And then for you to start living in abundance, and rather than scarcity. But it's things you might not understand. You know what I'm saying? Because to be honest with you, I didn't have a lot of great examples
Right.
of relationships. And I do want to say this though, because I felt like when people hear me speak about like what I went through with my mom and all this stuff, they're like, oh, you went into a relationship or marriage with mommy issues.
Oh. Yeah, so what do y'all think about that? Man, he said he didn't, he felt like he was a great husband, and then he started proceeding naming the things where he felt like he could have did better, grew in, and things of that nature. So that part is like, but I think they was just two different people. They was just too different. He wanted time and space to reflect, and she was all about the camera action, which is nothing is wrong with neither one. But when you're marrying someone, you need to know all these things. Okay, she like camera, she like flashy, she likes recording pictures, and I like time and space. So therefore, before they proceeded to get married, they should have sat down and talked about all these things instead of just rushing. Hey, let's get married. You look good on my arm. You look good on what I'm trying to do, and vice versa. So yeah, they definitely should have took a little more time and got to know each other and figured out what they really wanted in that. But hey, at the end of the day, it is what it is. We live and learn to live, and things of that nature. Thank you all for tuning in to my channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe, comment. Tell me your thoughts on it if you have any. Thanks, and next time. Until next time, stay with me now.